CLC 22 grammar. We're going to go through this quickly as there is a lot. The first thing to worry about in our grammar lecture, of course, the question of the ipsa, ipse, ipsum. This will be a third year issue. It is a demonstrative. Moving on, we see the difference between demonstratives. Ea can be translated as him, her. Kind of like an underline. Moving on to the quick fire challenges. As you can see, ipsa is modifying Horatius, therefore Horatius himself, both nominative, masculine, singular. Here we have he repaired the ship himself. Who's doing the repairing? He is. Therefore, it's a nominative subject phrase. They heard the president themselves. The verb is heard. They is the subject. The president would be the object. This is modifying the president. It would therefore be ipsum. Moving on to the next grammatical concept, that of deponent verb. So in other words, as we've been seeing for a whole year, passive inform, active inform. We see here the old man having prayed to the goddess, not the old man having been prayed as we would expect in a perfect passive participle. So, deep forms passive inform, active meaning. Let's go back for a second. As you notice, when they're in the glossary as an OR, that means that they are going to be deponent, passive in form, but active in meaning. And these verbs will be compounded with other verbs, such as you can see subsequor, he follows closely. Ingredior means to go, so ingredior to enter in, regredior to go back. I bet egredior would probably mean to go out. So as you can see, a normal participle, present active participle, would be progressive and active, while a perfect passive participle for all full verbs would be perfective and passive, having been sent. But if it's deponent, it's perfective active, having returned. And here we have the slave girl having prayed to the goddess. Notice the participle precata, it's modifying ancilla, nominative, feminine, singular. And it's from the verb precor, so it's having prayed. Senex haec verba locutus habit, as we can see from locutus, perfect participle agreeing with senex, but it's not having been spoken because it's from the verb loquor, having spoken. You just have to memorize these deponents. They're found in the glossary, but that helps with memorization. Ingressa, oh, it's referring to will be, but when I look in the glossary, it's ingredior, therefore it's deponent. Having been entered? No, that would be unseemly. It's having entered. Moving on to the next grammatical concept of genitive plus adjective, a quantity. Now, the issue on the genitive is we've always thought of it as possessive, and it is. Simply put, it means of. Those would all work, but we are preparing for the AP, and where they do want to focus on the typical grammatical names that have been used for a few hundred years. So this would be the genitive with quantity or quality, sometimes also called the partitive. Moving on, the skill of the hands. Now, obviously, it's not a specific possessive like my lunchbox that describes the skill. Genitives have an adjectival meaning. It makes a noun into an adjective. We're going to blow your mind with grammar this year. So here we have a genitive possessive non-nuum, the W of the fourth declension. The names of the days. That's nice because that would be the possessive of the name. Well, it would be the possessive. See how these grammar things are a little wacky? So you have here the genitive plural. It's just possessive. And then finally, the work of this day. Again, another possessive. So we have here genitive possessive. Notice how they go together. The demonstrative and of course the long I found in the fifth declension. A couple of review things and also pushing through the dative case. So they take the dative. Impersonal verbs in Latin are a little different. So now how does this work? Let's take a look at some of these. As their subject or as the subject for the complement clause. Moving on. Why? Oop, I have an obeying. That's an emotional verb. I need a dative. Which one would it be? It would be mihi. I have here prefecit. Another thing is that compound verbs take the dative as well. So, or can. So therefore, he put in charge a new leader to the legion, you would say. Here we have here, where is the girl whom you did not believe? That's good. It's a relative. So therefore, it's got to be dative. Even though it's modifying girl, its case signal functions within the clause. And that's about it. All we need to know on the grammar